Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is... Okay, no. It's MelancholyWoods. Right now we're playing the Tiny Bunny. Tiny Bunny... Hang on, fuck. Let's check the credits. So, it's produced by Psychono. Planning by Eve... Okay, I'm not gonna butcher their names, but there we go. That's the credit for this tiny, or actually one episode, visual novel that I'll be playing from now on. Hang on. This is definitely too big. By the way, can you hear this freaking music? It's amazing. Amazing as heck. Vladimir Bulaev. To what? Show that one. Alright, we're about to play Tiny Bunny right now. New game. Hey, I've never actually played a horror game before. Okay. Oh, what is this? Bunch of white smudges. The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song waved from all sort of voices, shrill, gentle, sneery, twined with the air. Wait, how do you say waved? They were shouting and laughing and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to the bed. To my bed, actually. Oh, it's me, okay. Our home had a mind of its own, creaking old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green ticket gazed back at its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to assure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. Am I right? I know it's just my imagination. I was already 12, after all. Still, it was just a play. Oh, I just realized it looked like a wolf there. Oh! You have to hear this soundtrack, it's amazing. Hey, put away your book. How many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look at how you slouch. Look at how slouch you are. Or is that me? Art style's on point. I did not protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. I was stuck on a line I couldn't possibly understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Olia had already finished her breakfast and I was munching on some cookies. She was so fuck! I was wasting this. She was she almost enthusiastic. She almost looked like your typical girl from commercial. I guess you're not going anywhere until you finish all of that. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate while my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. It looked like the jellyfish from Coastal Odyssey. I love that show. Me too, man. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. Or how could the Black Forest is it? Huh? How cold the Black Forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes. Don't look green. What'd you say? What did you say? I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before belling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around the spoon. For the spoon. What is this? Carved on the side of the table. Karina? Ha! That's my mom's name. I guess she carved it out of something pointy when she was little. She was sure a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar though. Should I remind her about it? No. She might have been a bit mad mood lately. Huh? She been in a bit of a bad mood lately. Sorry for my lack of skill in pronouncing this stuff. I imagine her being my age, sitting under this table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Or the sounds coming from the attic? Or the thick forest? Oh, Grandma! I imagine my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed, where Olia sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her soft, smooth voice. Taiga is a special place, little girl. It's watching you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good shot, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, I'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. And that would be... Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm gonna blur that. Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night. Without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Our parents used to love each other back then. I remember listening in one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for a funeral. Whoa, Grandma, come on, don't say that, Grandma. She already bought she bought a casket already. And she called it her cute funeral box. Oh my god. They waited for its time in the closet, patiently. It was black, upholstered with meat colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. The house didn't change since the time she was alive, only all the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with grey faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. I crawled out from under the bed. Music's amazing, by the way. Olia was done with the cookies, and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter. I turned my gaze toward the frosted window. There were a lot of dog pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of the frost formed a picture on the glass. Whoa, Olia! Olia, look, it's a fox! Where? Hang on, let me... Olia's a little girl, right? Where? Oh my god, where? It looked almost like those optical illusion things they put on the back of the student notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance. But if you blur your vision a little bit and look under a certain angle, not outside, on the window. Look, there's the nose, and here's... Hey! I'm sorry, I forgot. Hey, eat up. Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. Hurry up, there's not much left. Ah, there it is. But it still doesn't look like anything. Look like one, I mean. And I'm telling you, it does. Nuh-uh. It does. Stop it, these kids, I swear. You were a kid again. Oh, no. Now I couldn't see the fox either. Huh. It disappeared. Went away. if you don't know what disappear means, only the frosty pattern similar to stretched up needle leaves keep creeping up the glass of fox. Oh, my dad entered the kitchen with long measured tape. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. Mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off, it stinks." It was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an average occurrence. Olia always covered her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point of all of this?" through the wall. It's all for your sake, Dad would reply, "for the sake of the family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded and the deadliest word that started with a D. Dick. D-I-V-O. Devo. I don't even want to finish it. Devo. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken into two different families. Whoa. Anyways, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window. You and your owl talk again. I'm sorry for my impressions. You say you believed me yesterday. Has anybody seen my car keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill. Oh, okay. I remember leaving them. Okay, right. Right. Maybe you did. Maybe. Right. It's Mom? Okay. Right. Maybe you did. Right. Maybe you did. And maybe you're not. Maybe not. Oh, fuck. You grown man, a father of two, and still? Karina, stop. Please, please, stop. Just let me get ready in peace. Your keys are in the basket near the phone. Well, thank you very much. Anton, stop making a martyr out of yourself and finish eating already. And the owl? There was no owl. But there was one. He had a giant glowing eyes. Ooh. Olia sprung up from the chair and placed her hand on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers and the size of an apple each. It's a huge eye. Art is on point. Last year you had Bye-Bye in your closet, and now this owl, Bye-Bye. Oh, what is a Bye-Bye? But I saw it. Olia shifted her gaze and forth from Dad to Mom to me, but couldn't find any support. Maybe I should. As a brother, you know. Have you thought about friending him? You know, like feeding it with imaginary mice. Don't bully our little girl. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little. Olia powdered her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. Alright, you have hallways? The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Alright. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just nodded in reply and left, ringing with the keys he just found. A minute had passed and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was sort of it was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad already had glued together once. Whoa. It was so easy. It's so easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. Yeah. But how do you fix a relationship? All right. Mom moved out to the living room, and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glance at the window. Yo. Oh, it's amazing. Olia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn or curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. What type of girl with a right mind would turn a goddamn... How do you know how to turn the VCR on? This is 2020, bro. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the troubles we had with the move and our parents. Whoa, shit, this almost scared me. Almost scared me, but it didn't. Oh, look at her mouth. Look at her eyes. This animation's weird. And then Olia said she saw a giant flying monster outside a window. Well, if you can't see already. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Olia refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owls was just one of her nightmares. After tonight, I was unsure what to make of my sister's words, what to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? Just last night I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect in my new school. Yeah, you got a pet dinosaur. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew along twisting halls that led to a classroom full of kids. I mean, yeah. Aren't your dreams supposed to be reality, just remembered back? But all the students behind their desk were simply dark figures, cut out using a template. Where did I get simple from? Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and pairs of eyes blinked inside the holes. It was as if some completely different creature were looking at me from behind a flat black silhouette. Their cruel glares, filled with icy sneers, made me shiver from head to toe. Oops. Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down, stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? The damn school can burn for all I care. I just wish for anything to happen to it. It doesn't really matter. I didn't want to go there that badly. I didn't want to see people who are just itching to smack me on the head, trip me, think of a new offensive name for me. Dickhead. Worse than that. Worse than the previous one, I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of monster. My glaze slid across the drawing hanging on the wall. This one? I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Olia begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. The small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine Mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You've got the wrong number." Or Anton is not around. Anton is not around. I imagine my future classmates lying there in their beds, just like me, listening to the howls of invisible werewolves outside their windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. The house cracked, pressed by the wind. The condo we live in, a 9-floor concrete building, bust with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. What? Our current house, though I can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs, and under the stairs. But they all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old painting was of the diseased family. What? With their ashen eyes were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning. The attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. And then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. I was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception I could hear a flute. Nice sounding melody, eh? It was mixed with the sound of the wind, of the creaking old house, and my thoughts too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my own imagination. It's not like someone is playing there amidst the cold, snowy night, right? Whoa. Yo, what? Someone was dancing in a field. No, that doesn't look like someone. That looks like wolves fighting each other. Or maybe, that looks like, I don't know, black silhouettes I could barely make out with the dark forest as their backdrop. They jumped around, basked in the moonlight, bumped into piles of snow, rolled around, and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. These were clearly... well, some of them are wolves. They stood upright at times, circled around, holding hands or whipping up snow, disappearing into shadows for a brief moment and then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly, the music had to stop. The dancing shadow froze in place, and I could swear peace with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Oh, fuck, that scared the shit out of me. It glided on the squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. Dude, my heart was jumping around like the bird inside a cage, yeah. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. Close the window as well, bruh. I mean, they saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guests move and scrape around looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right and then circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into bed and covered myself with the blankets as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscle. I remember the funeral, my funeral. My grandma lying there, hand crossed on the chest, her facial feature sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. Oh, what the fuck. I imagined those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling up her eyelids with their tiny legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside their sockets, and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. What the fuck? I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. What kind of fucking spell? And now, lying under the blanket and listening to squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words. On the island of Buyan, underneath a blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ashen hair for the spawn of from devil's lair to feast, and always leave alone God's faithful servants named Anton. Evil leave this house must. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, bizarre sounds had disappeared. I cautiously peeked out under the blanket and saw curtains waving like a hangman. And then the night dosed me with a new portion of boiling terror. Oh my god, the sound scratched at my eardrums. What? In reality, something or somewhere was scratching at the front door, hurried clawing at wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intensely, as if he was looking for someone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness. And then... oh fuck, who the fuck is this? The knob twitched slightly. Then it turned halfway, once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands. The door knob tilted once more, and then... oh shit. My jaw cramped from fear, and my wet fingers clutched the blanket. The door creaked and opened. Hello, who it is, you cunt? You should knock first before you go inside. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains. Now, you'll see. The door was wide open. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of the doorway. Tony? It was as if the night itself was crawling out of me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling and snared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners from my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. Was the gaping really reasonable for this circumstance? Tony. Hello, fucknut. My abandonment tightened and my chest rose up. Whoa, ready to exhale a desperate scream. I thought you were about to fight there, mate. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, Tony, you asleep? Bitch, could have knocked. Why would you just... My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief. Oh yeah, I'm not sleeping. Did you... something happen? Olia frowned and stuck out her lower lip, clearly a sign that she was about to cry. It's there again. Ooh, staring at me. Shoo her away, Tony, please. Shit, she's scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. The fear that once was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hit somewhere in my stomach. I need to calm Olia down. It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's going to harm you. But you were just about to fucking scream. Why the hell are you comforting her? Olia sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me. I mean, yeah. You almost cried. I mean, you almost screamed yourself, so... But was I sure myself? I have an idea. Let's go to your room and watch the video. Sleeping Beauty, for example. Like that cartoon, don't you? Why does the Sleeping Beauty have... Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince? And I have this scary bird. What the fuck? It's good. The fuck have you been hiding? Oh, alright, let's watch Cinderella, I guess. My thought became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? Was studying me with its little with its eye while dancing fiercely under the moon? The fuck? The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by my grandma's old chance. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair. Tony, you coming? Yes, just a moment. Oh shit! Fuck not. Fuck not. Oh shit, it scared me. Alright, okay then. Are you eating me or some shit? Whoa. Animation's on point. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olia and her all in the oh my god, that was just a backstory. Could have been who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere. We don't know anyone around here. So persistent. I feel extremely unsettled from a silly thought that our morning guests could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. Mama was urging me to hide in the closet, under the table, behind the curtains, where Ollie always hides. Tony, come here. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet, but I still dragged them towards the hall. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and worry. Where's your mom? My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars worse than bandits. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused. Hello? The senior officers, who wore a grim expression, nodded. A boy had gone missing yesterday. His name was Fova. Fova? Look at this, please. Look at this, please. Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. Again, amazing. Fucking. There was a ginger boy, around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile. You wore that shit, okay, mate? No, I haven't. Are you sure? Look closely. Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I barely leave this house. Well, maybe you've seen him from the window. That's right, your windows. That's right. Your windows, you look straight at the forest, don't they? Your windows look straight to the forest, don't they? The window. No, I haven't seen anything. I see. He sounded tired, but his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairway, and the cracks in the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason. Really? Cracks in the ceiling. How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it? Bit by bit. It's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals have been treating you well? Yes, everything's alright, thank you. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his grey eyes. My head started spinning. Can I help you somehow? I asked that in a shaking voice to look like a polite boy and to end this unpleasant conversation sooner. Now that I think about it, you look like one of my nephews, little fella. He was a witty boy around your age. Wears the same type of goggles. Always engrossed in reading mystery novels. And his name is Anton. Told me he wants to enroll in police school when his family visited summer. Okay, not you then. Obviously. Want to help other people, just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable as if a distant relative and not a police officer stood before me. You know what? Little boys like you should stay at home, steer away from trouble. The times have changed so much. Mom interjected in a cold voice. You don't say. Well then. What grade are you in, Tony boy? 6th. Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. I'll be going to school for the first time after the break. Then I'll leave you my number, just in case. Call me if you have any new info. Alright, thank God. The policeman was gone along with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiling boy. His face still stood before my eyes. I wonder what it was like for him, being alone there. For some reason, I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? What would my parents do if I'd gone? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do and forget about me eventually? Mom, this Vova, did he go missing in our forest? Seems like it, poor child. I looked out the window at the road. The police UAZ drove off towards the village. Scary shit. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remember all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series. Of course, no one hasn't seen Black Kitty. I've read this summer. Fuck. Your average boys and girls investigated all sort of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on the suspicious people. And after a set of amazing adventures, bam! It's bam, not bam, but I figured, man, solved any complicated cases, like where had my coffee gone to? Okay, this. It's not water, I promise. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I forgot. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led it to the forest. They must have gone there. And then it clicked my head. Why don't I start an investigation on my own? That's the dumbest fucking idea. Maybe I'll find that lost boy, and I'll get a reward. Olia will be so happy. And not only Olia, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Or even save us for the D word. Huh? Evil? I've fantasized about buying Olia a Tamagotchi. Just a Tamagotchi? And getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. Hey, what kind of tapes? And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. Really? That's the best you could come up with? When was the last time my parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad had lost his job at the time. That's that annoying song about it. What? I had little to no idea what was the accountant's job like. They count money, I think. Neighbor used to envy us. But nowadays, Mom and Dad barely had money to afford sweets, and Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Alia. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she always still is just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out looking for clues. I'm going outside. Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? The forest is so thick. What if the boy got snatched up by wild animals or some even worse? Even worse, echoed to the hallways. I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I say? Or should I repeat myself? Better go pack your school bag or play with Olya. This fucking scared me. That thing's... The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and Mom had the last word. Huh. Okay, let's open this, I guess. The dark, stuffy closet. Alright. Mom says it smells like mice. I mean, but how would she know they smell? Guess she smelled mice before, you cunt. She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself off the freshly sharpened axe. And Olya can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Baba is living there. I tried to help her fight her fear once. I opened the door and turned on the dim lamp, so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, dead stools and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Olya count outside 1, 2, 3, better hide from me. And then drag her feet on the creaking floorboards. What? Hoping that she wouldn't need to look for me if the crab monster's dead. What a fucking bad brother. To the kitchen. No, it's Mom. It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. Mom, something's wrong with the TV. The pictures is dim. There are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted. Are you killing me here? So have you had enough shooting those stupid ducks? So told you the kinescope will go dim because of your console. What the fuck is a kinescope? Where will we find a TV technician in this hole? Huh? Maybe it's just the settings. Please go see for yourself. Strange, it worked fine in the morning. Maybe it's the snowfall caused it. Mom rubbed her hands clean at her on her apron and went to Alya's room. Radio. Americom of Russia had declared a state of emergency due to adverse weather condition. According to the weather forecast, a cyclone is moving towards the region. Expected heavy snowfall, blizzard, and snow drifts on the road. Keep your eyes open and take care of yourself. Alright. The decrepit and stain-covered calendars was once my favorite form of entertainment in Grandmaster's house. I remember waking up and running to the kitchens so I could tear off yesterday's leaf first thing in the morning, as if the coming day would get lost in tiger forest without any of my help. One day closer to New Year's Eve, one day closer to my grandma's funeral. I haven't touched this calendar for years now, since the time they started writing dark and spooky death chants that only made me gloomy instead of funny proverbs and superstition to be exact. Sadly, the spooky description from my childhood was still there. 7 horses carry the log. If 7 can't carry, bring the 8th from a ferry. They will take it away and never come back. This is the fate the law can't escape. I crumbled the grey leaf and threw it into the waste bin, hoping to get rid of anxiousness that washed over me. It was spreading inside me like an ink stain on a blotting paper. Of course it is. I mean, I never had one of those. I would like to have one of those, because it's not... I mean, it's just wasting paper, but... You know what I mean. I took a peek at Mom's crossword. She would get very angry when someone gave her advice, so me and Dad faked knowing the answer and being about to reveal it all the time. What? I smiled at the fleeting thought. Vertical, 9 letters. The name of a Philistine deity that protected them from viper bites and had a nickname, the Lord of Flies. The second letter is E. Do I have to solve this? I don't want to solve this. I'm not good at stuff. Senior Lieutenant Tikhonov Konstantin Vladimirovic. Helper number. Oh, you got eggs. Not in the fridge. What the fuck? Grandma kept ice cream for me and Alia there, but now I could only see meat bits for soup and clump together pelmeni. What the fuck? I grew to hate them already. Okay. Let's turn back and see what's behind us. Alright, I guess the only way we're gonna go is to the front yard. Ignore mom's advice and just go. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Carefully so mom wouldn't see me from the front door. Whoa. When I crossed half of the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remember my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the lighter days, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there, distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. Alright. And a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent I felt like the world was totally empty. You're right. Everything empty, bro. So no ground, no sky, no parents, no Olia. The time reached its limit. A one-day trip that ended at the forest's piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olia turned to stone, listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time mom and dad joked around, laughing or spending time together. Almost like all of it was in a previous life. And then when they kissed with Olia present. She always frowned and snored in a funny way. What? But one day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke up and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who though? From the people with dead cold eyes who sometimes visited us in the What the fuck? The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything. Whoa, what? Thought it was the 9th floor. And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of coming menace. I started chasing away my delusion and looked around. There were only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. Oh, you look Russian, alright. I squinted from the sun, and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding with whiteness. Okay. Yeah, it looked white. White as shit, actually. Knobby, what the hell, Knobby tree roots. Roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes, like fat cats. Rotten leaves and carnivorous needles froze into the ice. Yo, what the hell is that? Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and then, when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Should I take it to the police? This shinny officer took looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called This Desert of Broken Lights. He was always always anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. But still strong, you know. He's tired saving people, but he's still up there, determined. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Forward! Forward! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. Forward! As if the trees were calling out someone. Forward. It sounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the tree, hiding. Forward! Oh my god, I knew someone was looking from the lost boy. But still, something was unsettling about that figure. Its stillness. How it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Its blackness. There was no one there. It's just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Oh shit. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence range silence for a painfully long time. Rained, yeah. Silence rained for a painfully long time. My muscles were tingling. Sprung, my heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the ticket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I look at the mitten once more. Fuck, let's take it. Let's take it, fuck it. Oh my god. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Oh no, fuck, no. Oh shit, I shouldn't fucking took it. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply. I stepped toward the bushy trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder, the branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy noise. It's too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled out, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. It was fucking blood. I froze in place, studying my palm in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches, it faded to silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with the giant leaps. Snowing was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew into my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged to the ticket. I'll be gone forever, though. But there was one voice, probably one reason I gave strength. Sponsoring, you can do it, don't stop. I hear animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears were numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils suckling the freezing air, they sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew from each clearing, a hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now, from dried up raspberry, from the twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. I mean, you all look at you, you're running away like crazy. The snowy clearing became viscous like the quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the musty trap. I mean, you're still running, you're not pulling away. From the musty trap, we'd be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper, deeper. Every desperate push. Was snow ever this thick? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the pile of snow was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out from the hole and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump. From there, I ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. The house was my line of defense from the shadow that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over this doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with its paw, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed this mark when I was living. How the hell? The heartbeat in my hearing was much louder than my surround. Of course, can you calm down, music, please? I can't read. Okay. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowned in fear, I pulled the door knob and obediently gave away. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch plank creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped of the lock. I couldn't click into place. Drilled teeth and pulled hard on the knob, whipping it between the boards. I gritted my teeth. Pulled hard. Oh shit. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than the blankets. Fuck. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweet, of course. Mom peeked out the kitchen and casted me off some frigid voice she always used to when talking to Dad. What exactly did you understand when I told you never to slam the door? I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring. And with all the last bit of strength I had left, my body too. My legs gave way. I propped myself against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask strictness and detached was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition. Wet pants, splashed with snow. Where have you been? Why did I tell you? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you? I'm afraid she would cry. I reached out to her. She was like, I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. Oh, but Mom regained her composure past and put on her usual face. There you go, Mom. Her eyes shine like steel actually. Her voice rang out, false. Your dad can't fight this. Oh, really? Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was someone chasing me. I started as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in the eyes. Mom leaned forward and sniffed my clothes like a bee searching for smell of tobacco. She then squinted her eyes, suspiciously looked for our yard. Copper mouth. My God! Look over there at the fence. Her heart started thumping. If I became prey once again, and my pursuers were following me in the field, I couldn't swear that I've heard something. Scratch the door just like in my nightmare. Hang on, what? For that. Mom beckoned me with her finger and got all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen door facing my face. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in snow. Through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs, just small packs of strays with no name on owner, barely reminding of hungry monster that live on the edge of the forest. Oh boy, you were scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. They were chasing me like a bunny. Okay. And what if they're a rabbit, you know? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face, and she looked at dogs as if it was her first time seeing them. What if they attack Olia? Mom, I wish your dad could shoot them. Mom, look, they're alive. Huh? What? Are they your friend or foe? After all, make up your mind. You're not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze at the cobweb-ridden corner. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? Mitten, of course. A dark sticky mitten that belonged to that lost boy made squishy noise in my head. Seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. Hurry to present this clue to my mom. Boys. Yo, it was fucking dripping blood! Why didn't you notice it? Drenched in blood, full... Why did she just say you for that? Okay, I didn't read it. I'm sorry. A shadow of doubt slowly crept into Mom's contorted. Damn. As if he was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the image slips away. Stop it at this moment. Olia is going insane if she sees you. She'll have trouble seeing what you want. She already has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. You should know this as a brother. And you joke around like this? When I realized Min was actually wet from... What? You had brain damage or some shit? Well, the mitten. You found a mitten, I believe. Oh shit. There was no blood whatsoever? I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. Come here, my boy, who cried Wolf. Oh, don't you just stand there. Come take your pill. Aww. A golden colored pill reminiscence of a dead wasp fell into my palm. Huh? I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay at home, and Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Come on, take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night. And you have school tomorrow. So I swallowed the bitter medicine, drinking it down with similar awful water that gave off the taste of chlorine. Maybe it wasn't Phobos Mitten. Maybe it wasn't middle at all. Just like the forest monsters. And oh yes, owl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either pill had a immediate effect, or overexerted brain didn't. Or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Since serenity washed over me, bringing yawning indifference along with it. And then, you done? See, you can do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom, I was just thinking. What about? I wonder. It's just something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest. So do you have like brain damage, or is she just feeding you sleeping pills? I mean, I'm purely curious right now. Is everything alright? You had the exact same impression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had different taste. What you been sucking, bro? A melody from Aladdin could be heard from upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the wall, like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzle. Then I went upstairs. Jafar's and Iago's voices died down. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Fuck. Monsters, ghosts, UFOs. An encyclopedia of paranormal phenomena from Roseman Publishing. That's where you've been fucking hallucinating for, man. You should just throw that away. I've learned about Loch Ness monsters, Medusa's Gorgon, and Bigfoot from there. Olia is always scared of the book. She could barely handle sifting through the monster and alien section with me, but the middle part where they start talking about ghosts really freaked her out. I remember hunting ghosts after I read the book, measured the distance between items on my table every evening, and checked if they moved due to some supernatural force come the morning. They didn't. To be honest, what was I expecting? To meet Casper the Ghost? Alright, so everything connected again. But we wasted 65 hours on this game. Not wasted. What do you mean I wasted? No, I played this game for 65 minutes. Is it a total waste? No. It turns out we have a lot more to this game, okay? We have like a little bit more to this game. So I'm gonna just take a rest for now. It is so late in the night, so... And see you later!